Hello and welcome back to this video where we're now going to set up the enter and exit system of the car. Now before we do that we need to fix some things that I overlooked. So we're going to open up the character blueprint, and what we want to do is we want to expose these two values. So just by checking the little eye here, it will highlight in yellow, and once we've done that we can compile this. We're going to select the sedan and we're going to open the blueprint for this. And what we need to do is under the player character, the variable we created before, we need to change the variable type. I sort of selected the wrong variable by accident, so I'm going to type in character, and you actually want this one here, the character with the little head bust next to it, not the player character, which I accidentally chose here. So once we've done that, we can save. And we're ready to set up the system here. So what we need to do is open up the sedan blueprint, and we're going to go down to components, and we're going to select the trigger box here, and we're going to choose add event, and we're going to choose add event begin overlap, and we're going to go back to components, and we're going to choose component end overlap. So what it's going to do is we're going to set up the values so when the player is inside here, we can do something, and when it's not, we do something else. So in order to set this up, we need to use those variables, so to check whether or not the player is inside this area or is not. So what we're going to do is from the other actor, we're going to click and drag out, and we're going to type in cast to ASP character. Now the ASP character is referencing the name of the actual character here. Oops, let's just close this up. So the actual name of the character, so you see this one that we're using from the starter pack is called ASP underscore character. Now if you have your character name something else like my character or so on and so forth, then you want to choose cast to, and then it will be the name of your character. So say for instance the default character I believe is called my character. So we have this casted out, and what we want to do is we want to set whether or not this character is near the vehicle. So we can click and drag out from the as ASP character, and I'm just going to pull this up here so you can see what's going on screen here. We're going to go down to variables, defaults, and you got this set near car. So we want to check this, and let's just put this down, and we want to put these execution pins in just like this. Now we also want to click and drag out over here, and we want to bring in the car variable. So we're going to scroll down to variables, default, and we also want to set near car. We want to enable this, and let's see, actually it's not, we want to get near car actually. So we want to scroll down to variables, defaults, get car. Oh, was I right first place? Let's see. Variables, default, and let's see, set car. There we go. We wanted to set car, and we want to make a reference to ourselves. So from the car execution pin, we're going to type in self, and it's going to make a reference to self. And let's see, let's just pull this out over here and plug this in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull this out I'm going to add a route node. And all this does is, if I put this in here and put this in to the target, it's just going to reroute that node there, so it's not sort of flying all the way through it. So let's just move this around. Okay, and what we also need to do is we need to check the variable. So now we're saying, you know, that this is near the car. So once we have that, all we need to do is copy this and paste it down here. And we're going to plug these values. Let's see, we're going to plug this over here. And we can actually delete these. We don't need these. However, what we do need to do is to uncheck this. Okay, so now we have this set up and ready to go. So now we're going to set up the mechanism for the actual cast. So let's just comment this and put is near car. So we can just let's see, move this around. So now here's what we can do. We're going to find a new empty space here. So I'm going to do it over here, and we need to go to edit, project settings, and we need to go to input, and under the axis input you need to make sure that you have set up the exit and enter car. So we just have this set to E and E. So just make sure that those are on. And then what we can do, let's just recompile to get rid of those errors there. What we can do then is right click, go to input, and then we're going to go down to axis events and action events, and then enter car. And actually we're doing this in the wrong place. We need to be inside the player character. So let's just compile this. Let's open up the character, find this empty spot here. Let's just go back to events. Let's see. Let's just type in E. There we go. So we have the it's in that E. Okay. Okay, here we go. Enter car. So that's what we needed. And we need to go and get the binary card. So we're going to get this. And then from here, we need to add a branch. So branch is, you know, if true, do this. If not, do something else. And we want to make the condition is near the car. Then we want to go ahead and say, if this is true, cast to sedan. So let's see, we're gonna go cast to there it is, cast to sedan. And then inside the target we want to get car. So we can just click the car here and choose get, and put this in here. So far we have if the player is inside the area, it's been checked, and if we press the E key, we're going to cast. We're going to make a branch and then cast that to the sedan, and then sorry, if we're inside, if this is pressed, we're going to branch, and then and if you're near the car and that's true, we're going to cast to the sedan. So from here, what we need to do is get the player controller. So let's type in get player controller. Oops, looks like this is let's see, set player character. So we need to actually set to the play character. So let's open the sedan, and we need to expose this variable here. Let's just recompile. There we go. And then what we can do is set to we'll just have to right click, go all the way down to variables, default, so let's try set player. Okay, so it shows up when you type. I guess there's just some bug where it wasn't showing up under the variables here. And so let's see, we want to link these two up, and then from here we want to go ahead and actually set up the possession. So we're going to click here, and let's see, oops. So actually what we need to do is again get a reference to self. Then we need to go ahead and get a player controller. So right click and get player controller, and we can bring this up here. And we want to leave the index to 0. What this means is that this is the first player. So if you only want the first player to possess this guy, set it to 1. If you want a second player, set it to 2. Sorry, if you want the first player, keep it at 0. Second player to 1. Third to 3, and so on and so forth. Anyway, we want to drag off here, And this is where we get the possess. So now we're going to possess something, and we need to plug this into the set. And so technically this should work. When we enter the game, we should be able to walk up to the car and enter it. So let's go ahead and try that. So let's compile this. Let's jump into the game and just play from here. And you see if I move away, press the E key, nothing happens. But if I walk inside that area, and it may be the size of this box here. Let's make that box a little bigger. So let's go ahead, select this, scale this out like this, save, just play from here. And it looks like there is a problem. Let's see. Okay, so the issue is the in pawn also needs to be the car. So let's plug this in here. Let's choose compile. And let's try that again. Let's play from here. See outside here, press E, nothing happens. Walk inside here, now you can see we actually drive as the car. Now you do see we have this one additional problem, that is we possess the car, however the player remains in the scene. So we need to fix that. So let's go ahead and do that. So I guess the first thing we can do is go back to the sedan and make this box smaller. I tried changing this. Sometimes you get issues with the size of these things. So let's just recompile this. So what we need to do is we need to go over to where it says possession. And we need to go ahead and set actor hidden in game, and we want to check this hidden, and then from there we need to go to, let's see, set let's see, enable. Okay, so we want this set actor enable collision, and we want to make sure that this is unchecked. And let's just move these up here and choose compile, and this should hopefully be the first part of this enter exit system. So we walk up to the car, and now you can see the character has become hidden. Now he's not actually destroyed, he is just hidden inside the game. So this is a nice way to deal with that. Now what you notice is that if we press the E key, nothing happens, we can't exit the car. So in the next video we are going to go ahead and set up the exit system. So thank you for watching, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.